Ladies, let me ask you a question. Why do so many walk into the gym, pick up a 5 pound dumbbell, do 30 reps, and think that's the secret to change your body? But the moment someone says lift heavy, the fear kicks in. I don't want to get bulky. Yo, I hear this so many times, it's not even funny, right? But I'm going to tell you something right now. The fear, that fear is one of the biggest lies in fitness. And today we're going to break through it. All right, so that's whenever I tell women you have to lift a little bit heavier, I don't want to be bulky. I don't want to look like a man. That's not gonna happen. So let's break it down real quick, right? So the first thing is that women, you don't have the hormonal profile to become bulky, because like men, well, in men we have more testosterone than you. That is the key hormone for muscle building, right? You have more estrogen. That's why most of your weight is in your hips and in your legs. And for the guys, it's upper body. That's where it builds, right? So building testosterone in large amounts of muscle requires years of intense training, a caloric surplus, high levels of testosterone, right? Women only produce about 10 to 20 times less testosterone than men, right? So your idea that you're gonna pick up some heavy barbell or dumbbell in a few months, start looking like a bodybuilder, that's not gonna happen. That's not reality. It's like I tell people, they always say I'm not trying to be a bodybuilder. I'm like, but you have a driver's license, right? Are you trying to become a NASCAR driver? No, not at all, right? So it's kind of the same thing, right? But actually, lifting weights is it actually shapes your body. That's how you build lean muscle. So that language, when you're saying you're trying to get toned, there's no such thing like that. It's either you build muscle or lose fat. So to get toned, you have to lift moderate to heavy weight. All right, and it's relative. And when we say heavy, it's heavy in a controlled manner, where you can get into a certain rep range. Some say the 3 to 6 range or the 6 to 8 range, but it's a controlled movement pattern. Okay. So lean muscle is what creates the shape most women are actually chasing, right? You want the quote unquote toned arms, the sculpted booty or the lifted glutes, strong legs, and a tighter waist. Cardio burns calories, but muscle changes the structure of your body. Without muscle development, fat loss alone can leave people looking skinny soft. So heavy lifting creates definition. I like to use the saying, you're both the marble and the sculptor, right? So with each rep, you're actually shaping yourself, and you have to have that vision of how you see yourself while you're lifting to actually begin to mold yourself in the way that you look. And in the process too, please be patient with yourself. I did videos on that as well. All right. And also, building muscle, or muscle increases your metabolism. That's really the secret. When people talk about I have a slow metabolism, it's because you probably carrying more fat than muscle. Your BMI is relatively high. That's why. So you have to quote unquote fix it. And one way of doing that is by increasing muscle mass on your body. So muscle is metabolically active tissue. The more you have, the more calories you burn while resting. That means lifting heavy helps you become a fat burning machine 24/7. So if you're trying to lose fat loss, you have to start strategizing weightlifting in your daily activity in your strength training program in order to see the results that you want, right? And for women, guys do this too, but this is primarily targeted to women because I train a lot of women, so that's why it's specifically for you guys. But the men can do it too. I'll probably do a video about why men should lift uh, heavy weights as well, since there's a attack on masculinity as well, So I'll probably do that in the near future, right? But heavy weights actually protect women's health. This part is very important. Women naturally face higher risk of bone density loss as they age. So strength training, especially lifting heavy, strengthens bones, joints, and connective tissue, which helps prevent osteoporosis, injuries, muscle loss with age. So lifting heavy isn't just about aesthetics; it's about longevity and health. And this is why building muscle is important um, as well. I used to work in the medical field. For those who have known, I mentioned this before, and dealing with a lot of elderly people, whenever they fall, it's very hard for them to recover because they don't have the muscle density or the bone density or the muscle to protect their bone So whenever they have like there are a level of high risk, the chances of them getting injured, and not only getting injured, if they suffer an injury from a fall, when they get surgery, sometimes they may not be recovered because their body can't take that amount of stress. Is because of lack of muscle and bone density. So this is why it's very important as well. And I like to see, and I mentioned this before, I like to see more trainers going into these I don't want to call them nursing homes, but for lack of a better term, nursing homes, and really try to encourage the elderly um, to move their body more and incorporate strength training programs for them as well. And they probably feel better about themselves too, because also being strong or having more muscle density as you age will keep you more independent. Trust me, you don't want to be dependent or feel like you're a burden to anyone. All right. And strength training builds confidence. I spoke about this several times before. That it's more than just your body. It's also about how you see yourself, and this is where character development comes in as well. So the moment you realize you can squat your body weight, you could deadlift more than possible, you could push past the limits that you didn't think that were possible. It's a mentality shift. It's really a paradigm shift that occurs, and therefore you change your identity. You see, and that's why most times they tell you go to the gym. You have a problem, go to the gym. After a breakup, go to the gym, because not only that, it releases certain hormones or happy hormones. They will call it like a daily dose: dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, epinephrine. It builds something else more than that. Your self-image changes, and then people will start to feel that because now you're moving in a different kind of energy, right? They're like, oh, something's different with her or with him, for whatever the reason may be. It's because you adopted this new mindset with strength training and how you see yourself, and therefore how you see yourself is how people would start to treat you. All right. So when you start walking around with more strength and don't feel fragile, more powerful, you'll see how it connects to every aspect of your life as well. All right. So in closing, ladies, you're never meant to be small and fragile. I know y'all are beautiful, y'all feminine and fine and divine. I had a little clothing line like that, fit, fine and divine. But I'm being very sincere and honest, right? So you're meant to be strong, capable, and resilient. And when it comes to strength, it doesn't have to be loud. You can still be a woman and still have that feminine, soft touch, but stern but firm kind of balance going on. So embrace your strength. Stop fearing the weights, because the strongest version of you is the one that picks up the barbell and refuses to put it down. All right, and if this resonates with you, like, comment, and subscribe, and share with a friend. Put strength in the comments. And also, I do, like I said, I have online training programs as well. I train women one-on-one. So if that's something that you're interested in, hit the link in the description, and we reach out to you and see if we are fit to work together. And this is Alchemy Fitness signing off, where we transfer you from lead to gold. Train hard, train smart, and train safe. Peace.